Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Muscatine Today Show. I'm your guest host, Jordan Lloyd, and today we are at Unity Point, Trinity, Muscatine. So I've experienced two different locations within my first 2 days as a host. So either Hy-Vee really didn't like me, or they're just, everybody wants me. So I guess we'll just have to see how that all plays out. But happy Wednesday, like I said. I'm very excited to be here again and hosting a wonderful guest today. And as always, we'd love to thank our sponsors, Hy-Vee, Unity Point, Trinity, Muscatine, where we are today, Muscatine Power and Water, Becky Insurance, Toyota of Muscatine, Rivo Plumbing and Heating, Impact Fitness and Nutrition, Suntan City, Lutheran Living Senior Campus, Impact Blood Center, and Harper Cycling and Fitness. So thank you guys for making this show possible and letting us spread the amazingness of Muscatine with our community. Thanks to you guys. So today we have a very special guest. We have Dr. McCool. And she's here, and we're going to kind of discuss, some things going on with prenatal services here at Unity Point and kind of what people can expect. So, hello, Dr. McCool. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So, I honestly don't know a lot about prenatal services or even what's offered at Unity Point. So I'm really excited to learn more. So, how long have you been here?
Approximately 9 months.
9 months. Okay. So far, so
good.
good.
Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Good. That's awesome. Well, we're happy to have you. So tell me a little bit about just the prenatal services that Unity Point has, and what can people kind of expect when they come utilize your guys' services?
Currently here in Muscatine, we have routine prenatal visits available and ultrasounds. As far as what to expect with prenatal care, generally we have an intake visit with a nurse to go over medical history, pregnancy history. Following that, you'll get a set of routine prenatal labs, checking things like blood count, blood type, screening for infections. And then your first prenatal visit is generally the longest because we go over all that history and review those lab results. There's various screening tests available now for genetic disorders for women, and so that's a long discussion, and you can decide if any of that testing's right for you. And then for routine visits, generally we're always going to be checking things like weight, blood pressure, we're always screening urine for infections as well, and measuring a baby belly, and then just kind of checking to see how everything's going.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, it's really great that Unity Point here in Muscatine does offer those things. So people don't have to go up to the Quad Cities and get those kind of routine visits, because sometimes that's a lot to fit in, especially when people are still working and things up until the time that they have their child, right? So
Yeah.
when should like the prenatal care and all of those routine things, and when should that begin? Kind of once you find out you're pregnant, what?
Well, we would really love to see you in the first trimester. So after you get that positive pregnancy test, just give us a call. It's really important to get an early ultrasound if we can, because that establishes an accurate due date. And every decision we make during pregnancy is dependent upon gestational age or how far along you are. And so that's really important. So usually we try to see people first trimester between 6 and 12 weeks to get everything established and going.
Okay. So then, from the time you find out you're pregnant in your first visit to up until you're gonna, have your child, how many visits average, or like what's the, how much time in between visits and things like that?
Of course, it depends on the pregnancy, but for normal, healthy pregnancies, we think in weeks. 40 weeks is the due date. So first part of pregnancy, if everything's going well, you come every 4 weeks. 28 weeks is the beginning of the third trimester, and then you start coming every 2 weeks. And last month is every week until you have a baby. Of course, this can change if there's conditions going on in the pregnancy that we're following
Right.
closer, like high blood pressure or gestational diabetes. Right. But generally, for normal, healthy pregnancy, that's kind of how it goes.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So, obviously all these things are important, right? You're carrying a life inside of you, and you guys are taking care of that, which is amazing. Something I know I could never do. But what's really the importance of this whole process and coming to get those checkups and utilizing what you guys have here at Unity Point. I feel like sometimes, for whatever reason, we live in a society that kind of can put off their own health care and kind of push their own care to the side. What is the main importance, of prenatal care for mom and baby?
Well, you're right. OB care is very unique. We kind of get a 2-for-1. We have 2 patients, the baby and mom, so we have 2 people we're following. It's important to get established early and come routinely, because most issues that come up during pregnancy can be managed, and we can have good outcomes for moms and babies if we're aware of them and manage them and follow people closely, like most commonly high blood pressure and gestational diabetes.
Right. Well, awesome. And so, when mom's coming in and she's starting to do these routine visits and stuff, what are some of the main questions, that you feel like moms should be asking? What are some of the things they need to bring up, and kind of how do they get the conversation going of what they need to know?
It's probably very particular to each individual. Mm-hmm. If they have medical issues or medical problems, they want to ask how that plays into the pregnancy. Yeah. Always ask what to expect at upcoming appointments. People are most curious about when they're going to get ultrasounds. We try to do that early ultrasound to establish a good due date, and everybody gets another ultrasound around 22 weeks to double check anatomy of baby and check on growth. Okay. Most women are very curious about delivery questions. Mm-hmm. That can also vary from person to person, of course, depending on their pregnancy. Right. But usually women start asking that in that 3rd trimester when delivery gets closer.
Right. And it starts to feel real.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, this has been a thing that's going on, but then there's going to be a child. And then I'm going to have that child for hopefully a long, 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 long time. That's crazy. So, well, very cool. All of those things sound just, amazing, and obviously very vital to life itself, in the beginning of it. So that's awesome. So when you're getting towards that 3rd trimester and, everything is setting in and kind of becoming real, are there anything advice-wise you would give to, help with the stress at home of bringing a baby home, or, kind of kicking off, okay, I'm about to have a baby, what now? And after you get home, is there any kind of advice or anything on?
It's great if mom can kind of get her support system built. Hopefully dad's involved and maybe even able to come to some prenatal appointments. Yeah. Paternity leave is more common, so hopefully he's able to take time off afterwards. Yeah. Following delivery, it's a big change emotionally and physically. It's funny how those first 2 weeks can be so draining, taking care of another little human. Sometimes on certain days, you're lucky if you just get a shower taken. Yeah. So women need to lower their expectations. They're not going to be able to keep up with everything they're doing initially. Right. And usually everybody wants to help, so let them help you. Yeah,
that's awesome. So if dad is involved, or mom, or, whoever the partner is, what is their, what's the importance of their role coming to these prenatal appointments? And, before actually delivering the child, having that support system, I think is great, just like you said. The importance of them coming to these appointments, is pretty vital to it too, right? So mom doesn't feel alone.
So she doesn't feel alone, and so they feel involved, because it is a little surreal, like you mentioned. It's kind of abstract for a while, and then all of a sudden you've got this baby.
And then everybody wants to hang out with it and see it and, have a hand in the pot. And so I think, building up that support system is probably pretty important. Well, awesome. Well, do you have anything else to add? Because
I don't think so.
It sounds amazing what you guys are doing. How many OBs do you guys have on staff? Do you know?
We currently have 5.
Yeah, that's awesome. Especially like in a community like Muscatine. Like I said, a lot of people, I think they think they have to go up to the Quad Cities or go do something, outside of Muscatine to get amazing care, and that's just not true, because you guys do so many awesome things here at Unity Point and have such an extensive and wonderful staff. And so I hope everybody chooses to, come to Unity Point and to see Dr. McCool, or one of the other amazing OBs when you guys find out that you're pregnant, because it's important to call. She said it, so you need to be calling within that first couple weeks. So. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for all you do for everybody in our community and all the little ones that you take care of. So thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Other than that, it's kind of a short and sweet day, but I'm so excited that I was able to host again, and hopefully I'll see you guys next week too. There's not a lot going on today. It's National Banana Day, so I'd encourage you to eat a banana. The doctor is here, and she could probably tell you there's potassium, so maybe some other benefits to eating a banana. Or if you're like me, like maybe a banana nut muffin, less healthy, but there's got to be something in there that's good for you. So there's bananas involved, and that if bananas are involved, you're in the green, so you're good. So. Well, thank you guys. Have an amazing, amazing, amazing Wednesday. Take care and be kind to everyone you see. So,
Hi, I'm TJ Deere, General Manager here at Toyota of Muscatine.
Hi, I'm Megan, and I'm from Muscatine.
My name is Logan, and I'm from Muscatine.
Here at Toyota Muscatine, we believe in investing in our community.
And that's why all our members are local to the Muscatine area.
It's why we give generously to charities based in our city.
Because we believe that giving back means paying it forward.
That's why an investment in us is an investment in our community.